Rumor has it that when the good folks at Nissan heard that Chevy was pricing the all-new 2015 Z06 at under $80,000, that they had a fit. After all, their GTR is priced well over $100,000 and doesn't come close to the performance numbers of this stylish new 2015 Z06. So I'm going to take you through a quick walk around of this vehicle and give you my 10 observations of what it's like to live with this vehicle for a week. My first observation is that with the starting price of under $80,000, right around $79,000, as equipped $86,000, this is an amazing value. Where else are you going to get 650 horsepower, 650 pound-feet of torque in this kind of sports car? You can't. And that's why people who are driving Ferraris and Lamborghinis need to take notice of this Z06. Next, I think this Z06 is going to be an instant collectible because it's rear-wheel driven. It's available with a 7-speed manual transmission, and it has 650 horsepower. I don't think you're going to see that combination for a long time, if ever again, because most vehicles today are going to automatic transmissions, as the Z06 has done with the 8-speed option, and they've gone to all-wheel drive in order to harness so much power. Next, we have a new feature for the Z06 called PDR, or Performance Data Recorder. This is a cool feature that actually has a video camera, and you can overlay the speedometer, tachometer, all sorts of key metrics. So if you're on the track or just out here and you want to see what your 0 to 60 times are, you can do that. Really neat feature, records it onto an SD card that you can then make into a YouTube movie. The Z06 has several styling cues to distinguish it from the Stingray C7. For example, the front track is 56 millimeters wider and the rear track is 80 millimeters wider. You also have much larger, unique wheels, special vents to help cool the brakes, the engine, the transmission. So this vehicle, even though it is a C7, it is definitely a much upgraded C7. By now, General Motors has proven to the world that magnetic ride control, or MRC, is one of the fastest, if not the fastest, acting suspensions in the world. After all, Ferrari licenses this technology from General Motors, and of course, you're going to have it on the all-new Z06. Now, you have 5 drive selectable modes, and each time you change that, magnetic ride control behaves a little bit differently. It's great technology. It's good enough for $250,000 supercars, and it's also good for our American sports car. If you're looking for heritage in your next sports car, look no further than the Corvette. It's been around since 1953. That's decades and decades of heritage, and this is by far the best one ever. A lot of car companies have utilized supercharger technology into their engines, but I believe General Motors has perfected it in the all-new Z06. So it basically adds 200 horsepower to the C7 engine, taking the 6.2-liter LT4 engine up to 650 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque. That's a ton of power. Even though this is a 7-speed manual transmission, it does have what appear to be paddle shifters. These are not paddle shifters. What they are the activators for the Downshift Rev Matching, or as my friend likes to call it, fun mode. Basically, when you activate one of these levers, your gear shifter will turn orange, and at that point you know you're in the Downshift Rev Matching mode, and as you're downshifting, it'll literally match the revs. It's great technology. Other vehicles do have it, but it's nice that they've done it in such an easy fashion for the all-new Z06. I don't know about you, but I like a good exhaust note in my sports car. And the Z06 does not disappoint. Listen to that quad exhaust, and what's great is that when you put it into sport or on track mode, the exhaust opens up even more, gets even throatier. It's great technology that you can use every day. Of course, it's great for the track, but let's be honest, most of us are going to be doing some burnouts right around here. Last but not least, satisfaction. If I owned this car, I would have a ton of satisfaction knowing that I have a vehicle that outperforms other sports cars that cost 2, 3, and 4 times as much. I'm going to get out and hit the open road. and enjoy some more of the Z06.